What's going on, guys? It's your boy John Liquidator coming back with another video. Looks like Team USA is forcing Caitlin Clark to change her infamous 22 number to a new one. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. Everybody's having a great day today. Happy Thanksgiving. Eat lots of food and definitely be safe and spend time with your family. I don't know how many videos is going to come out the pipeline today. We're spending a lot of time with my family that I don't get to see very often.
The whole sports world was rocked by the shocking revelation that USA basketball recently made. You won't believe the explanation either. The current indisputable face of women's basketball, Caitlin Clark, is being forced to give up her famous number. To be clear, this is more than a straightforward change in the number. This is an assertion. Fans, commentators, and everyone in between are seriously questioning the organization's genuine objectives behind its stunning behavior because it is perceived as a flagrant, almost planned act of disrespect. We're talking about the celebrity who, by herself, attracted millions of new fans to the game. Now, she's being advised that her most identifiable symbol, the exact number on her back, must be abandoned. Given her stratospheric rise and the incredible impact she is having on the sport, many are calling this a deliberate snub and a slap in the face.
Name is bigger than Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark's name has definitely took the world by storm in these last recent days, dealing with this Team USA situation, because we ultimately know she was snubbed from the cover of Team USA. And not only is they snubbing her, the disrespect is continuing because it's looking like Team USA is forcing Caitlin Clark to change her number. Now, this article has come out early this morning about the matter, so this could be the first time you guys is hearing about this. But let's blow it up and let's dive right into the story, man. It states Caitlin Clark Team USA number change turns.
And here's the thing. The shocking revelation was made right before Team USA's crucial training camp in North Carolina. An important meeting is planned from December 12th to December 4th. This camp, which included other megastars including the renowned Stephanie White, Ozza Wilson, and Jewel Lloyd, was meant to be a celebration and a display of the world's greatest talent. Rather, it quickly became the backdrop of this extraordinary and, to be honest, strange issue. Early in the morning, reports began to surface about the surprising rule, which would essentially deprive Clark of the number that has come to represent both her earning dominance in the WNBA and her historic record-shattering college career. What makes this decision even more perplexing is when it was made. It coincides with her celebrity taking off on a worldwide scale, which only helps to heighten the indignation of her devoted and quickly expanding fan base.
To change her number. Now, this article has come out early this morning about the matter, so this could be the first time you guys is hearing about this. But let's blow it up and let's dive right into the story, man. It states Caitlin Clark Team USA number change turns heads. Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark will be wearing a foreign number the next time she competes on a basketball court. Hold up, wait a minute. Now, we know the 2026 basketball season is up in the air, which that's a whole nother video too that we have to discuss, because the CBA agreement is down to like 3-4 days.
Don't make any mistakes at all. Caitlin Clark's number 22 isn't just any random jersey number. It is without a doubt the most recognizable number in all of women's sports at the moment. There is no argument that can be made against this unquestionable conduct. From her incredible, unprecedented performances at the University of Iowa to her spectacular, the number 22 has become an integral part of her identity since her record-breaking WNBA debut. From nosebleed seats in arenas to television screens across the globe, it's a beacon and a symbol that many of her followers instinctively know. It's more than just a jersey number. It is the beginning of a legacy.
Is up in the air, which that's a whole nother video too that we have to discuss, because the CBA agreement is down to like 3-4 days, man. I believe it's at the end of the month, and I don't believe they're going to settle for another extension. I believe that the ladies, is from what I'm hearing, is tired of this whole negotiations stuff, and they're ready for this lockout. Now, I was one of the people that was on board telling y'all, man, I don't believe it's going to be a lockout. I'm here to tell you I'm changing my whole wavelength of thinking. I'm changing everything about that whole process of thinking, because I believe it's definitely going to be a lockout. Ain't no way around it. Ain't no shaking it.
Her amazing biography, her entire brand, and the captivating story of her journey are all inextricably and strongly connected to that number. It captivates a huge audience that goes well beyond a typical basketball fan base because it embodies the daring long-range three-pointers, the nearly psychic court vision, and the unwavering determination to win. In the same way that Michael Jordan is always associated with 23, or the legendary Wayne Gretzky is associated with 22, she has actually come to represent the number 22. Demanding a change at this stage of her career seems like a calculated attempt to weaken the extraordinarily strong bond she has established. Everyone is left wondering what could be the purpose behind this confusing and perplexing move.
Ain't no way around it. Ain't no shaking it. I believe the owners is being very, very disrespectful to the women. They definitely deserve $1 million contract. Now, do they deserve 5-10? I don't believe so, but 1.1 to 2 million, yes, they deserve that, bro. We all can agree on that. I've never been one to say that the women don't deserve their money, because they definitely do. Now, goes on to say, there's a case to be made that Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark, number 22, is the most recognizable number in women's sports right now. There's no argument to be made. There's no case to be made. Caitlin Clark, number 22, is the most.
Here's what her admirers find even more annoying. It appears that USA Basketball has previously underestimated Caitlin Clark's extraordinary impact on the sport. You may recall that she was noticeably, almost shockingly, left off of the USA Basketball team's cover earlier this year. Given her evident appeal on a global scale and the enormous television viewership she routinely commands, this was a blatant omission that perplexed watchers. The growing trend of either ignoring or deliberately discrediting her reputation as a rising star feeds fervent conjecture that there's a more complex, deeper objective at work. There might be a reluctance within the company to embrace the revolutionary game share that she so obviously embodies.
Goes on to say, there's a case to be made that Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark, number 22, is the most recognizable number in women's sports right now. There's no argument to be made. There's no case to be made. Caitlin Clark, number 22, is the most recognizable number for any woman athlete in the world as of today. As of today, there's no number in women's sports that can come close, remotely close to the notoriety of Caitlin number. Instead, this is largely owed to Caitlin Clark being arguably the biggest star in women's sports on her own.
What number is she going to wear? Then, officially speaking, for the forthcoming USA training camp, Caitlin Clark will don the number 17. 17th, even though it is merely a random number on its own, its true significance is found in the fact that it is not a number at all. This forced change raises a lot of problems, particularly when you compare it to the enormous brand recognition she brings to the table. You must wonder if this is an intentional move by the company to demonstrate who's in charge. Purchased? Or is it just a tone-deaf, out-of-touch choice that totally misses the cultural significance of her well-known brand? The message being conveyed to Clark and her admirers is uncomfortably plain, regardless of how you cut it.
She's been really quiet. We haven't really been hearing a lot out of the Cheryl Suits department. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but I've been noticing that, bro. We have not been hearing a lot from the Cheryl Suits department. Now, it says the fact that Clark and Wilson wear the same number in the All-Star game caught attention, if only because there was one question about how they shared the number, and the number would be highlighted. Caitlin Clark suffered a groin injury. Oh, yeah, Caitlin Clark didn't play in the All-Star. How was they going to... Caitlin...
The shocking discovery that no one, absolutely no one, on the USA Basketball training camp roster will be wearing number 20 makes the whole scenario even more confusing and, to be honest, utterly irritating for so many of her admirers. Give that some thought. It's not as though a seasoned veteran or a well-known celebrity had an unassailable claim to the number. Simply said, the number is being left open, empty, and underused. The incident is entirely changed by this one element. It transforms from a possible roster clash or a straightforward logistical issue into what appears to be an overt, unavoidable act of perceived marginalization against the most significant and well-liked player of her generation.
Moving on to another story, I found this to be very, very interesting. So, rapper, legend, Lil Wayne, man, to give y'all some content here. Let's listen to what he said about Caitlyn.
I don't be hearing so much, so I'm gonna say something. Have y'all know anything about Caitlyn? Come on. Okay, I know where, man. Man, shout out Caitlyn Clark, man. That's a motherfucking dope, man.
So Wayne was in Desmond's, Iowa. I hope I said that right, because y'all be on me, man. Lovely, lovely city. I had the pleasure of going there for Caitlyn Clark retirement.
Additionally, this particular offense against Clark is a sharp and potent reminder of the larger disdain that women in sports, especially in the WNBA, frequently experience. It has a direct connection to the ongoing challenging battles for fair compensation, safer and better travel circumstances, and greater acknowledgement for their extraordinary athletic ability. Consider it when the most well-known and conspicuous. When a star in the entire sport is treated this way, it has a detrimental impact on the league as a whole. Despite women's basketball's recent and remarkable rise in popularity, it mirrors the long-standing complaints and draws attention to the deeply ingrained systemic problems that still plague the sport. The continued heated debates about the WNBA's collective bargaining agreement and the actual risk of a lockout simply serves to highlight these pervasive issues. The players are speaking out more and more about how they feel severely underappreciated by team owners, pointing to a glaring, almost offensive discrepancy between their enormous contributions to the league's expansion and the actual remuneration they receive. You see, this change in the number isn't a singular occurrence. It adds to a bigger story about how people think female athletes aren't worth much. Many claim that players are tired of endless negotiations and are ready to fight for their rights. Contract demands in the 1.1 to 2 million range are moderate compared to male peers, but considered reasonable given their value. The sentiment is absolutely apparent. The owners are showing disdain. Forcing a global superstar to remove her famous number exacerbates the already existing climate of disdain. Caitlyn Clark is not the only WNBA standout who proudly wears a number. Wilson, a talented and regarded veteran, as well as Cameron Brink and Cheryl Swoop, wear the jersey. This fact has traditionally spurred discussions regarding how high-profile players may eventually share the number, particularly during all-star games. But here's the key. The debate was always about who would defer, not removing one of the game's most prominent players' signatures without established precedents. Last year, Clark's injury prevented him from competing for an all-star spot. This represented a hypothetical predicament for them. The decision to share the number was never finalized, leaving the subject open. USA Basketball looks to have proactively fixed the situation in a one-sided manner, forcing Clark into a new number that was unnecessary and unpopular. The number 22 has a rich history in women's basketball, having been worn by great players such as Cameron Brink and Cheryl Swoops. All of these, each player's number represents their personal legacy. Caitlyn Clark has quickly gained international recognition and cultural penetration, making the choice to force her to change even more surprising. The conversation briefly included Cheryl Swoops, who has recently been quiet in public. Although not directly tied to Clark's number shift, this indicates that the overall dynamics and recognition of players in the WA. The focus rapidly shifts back to the topic of Clark's questionable number reassignment is critical to the unfolding story. The official squad sheet for the USA Basketball Training Camp provided clear evidence of the number exchange. Caitlyn Clark was clearly listed with a number. The confirmation confirmed the previous reports and eliminated any doubt regarding the forced alteration. The official publication confirmed the anxieties of supporters who hoped the initial articles were accurate, speculative, or premature, adding another depth to the narrative. Some players, such as Angel Ree, had recognizable numbers, indicating that they were not all subjected to the same challenge. There is a tremendous transformation. The contrast accentuates Clark's unique and peculiar situation, making the decision feel more targeted. This is not a universal duty that applies to everyone. This redirection is particular to the player who is currently receiving the most attention. Newly discovered footage from 2017 shows Caitlin Clark wearing number 11 while playing high school basketball. Despite wearing multiple numbers during her career, number 22 has been synonymous with her at both the collegiate and professional levels. The historical backdrop does not reduce the current decision's influence. Instead, it emphasizes her strong relationship and identification with the now forbidden number. In contrast to USA Basketball's confusing choice, hip-hop great Lil Wayne recently sang Caitlin Clark's praises, expressing admiration and familiarity with her significant effect. During a visit to the MO, Iowa, he praised Clark, recognizing her star power. This endorsement from a cultural giant outside of basketball demonstrates Clark's broad appeal. USA Basketball appears to be struggling to completely embrace this appeal. The irony here is palpable. Lil Wayne, a rap icon, appreciates the huge influence and household name status of Caitlin Clark. The national governing body for her sport looks to be making decisions that damage her established brand. This raises issues about who actually knows the sport's growth and the athletes driving it. The difference between external acknowledgement and internal decision-making is stark. This forced number change is more than just a logistics issue. This symbolic deed highlights the power, respect, and future of women's basketball. The treatment of blossoming legends sends a strong message about authority, regardless of intent. They question established standards. The decision's long-term impact on Caitlin Clark, USA Basketball, and millions of new fans is a major concern.